Gemini, welcome to Empress Tarotista. I'm Laura. We're going to do a little look at what's coming up for you in January 2023. So wherever you're watching this, whenever you're watching this, probably towards the end of December if you've got it now, we're going to take a little look at what Spirit's going to bring in for you for 2023. I do read for twin flames, so if there is a twin flame connection, we will talk about it. But we'll see, shall we? Alright, Spirit, what does Gemini need to know for 2023? Can we have a very precise, very clear message, please, for January 2023 for my Gemini collective? Please, Spirit, what does... Thank you. Ooh. What does Gemini need to know, please, for 2023, January 2023 for our Gemini collective, please, Spirit? Thank you. Oh, we've got some have flipped over in the middle. Ooh, okay. It's just devil popping out there. Let's have a little look. All right, you got a lot of cards. Let's see what we got. Why am I always doing accents? Right, okay, so Four of Wands, Chariot. What else have we got? We've got lots of cards for you. Four of Wands, Chariot, Eight of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Star card, the Ten of Coins. Let's do a little ring. I wanted to do it. We're doing it. Nine of Swords, Seven of Cups, the Fool, Ten of Swords, Five of Swords, Eight of Cups, the World. Oof, you got a lot going on. Three of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so you've got, what have you got on the bottom of the pack? Let's have a little look. What's on the bottom of the pack? Two of Coins and the Two of Wands wanted to come out there as well. Okay, Two of Coins, Two of Wands on the bottom of the pack. So we're starting off with the Four of Wands, moving into the Chariot. And the Four of Wands is it's a nice energy to start with, I suppose. Really, it's just peace and rest and enjoying your holidays, which I feel is what you should be doing over the Christmas period, Gemini. And there is a feeling that that after this rest period that you're hopefully going to take in January, hopefully going to take towards the end of Christmas, possibly moving into the into the New Year's period, will be a good idea, because I feel like in January some shit's gonna kick off. I'm sorry. Yeah, I feel like in January some shit's gonna kick off. We've got the Chariot card, which is very fast motion, sometimes in a scattered manner, because you can see there that we've got our two horses that are going off in different directions, and actually the rider of this chariot is not in control of these horses, and you can see his face. He looks a little bit worried. And with that, we had the Eight of Swords and we had the Three of Swords come out. Now, the Three of Swords is heartache and heartbreak. I'm sorry. And the Eight of Swords can talk a bit about a dark night of the soul. You know, it can talk about trauma, but this is trauma that can be healed. So it isn't going to be like horrendous, you're fucked, that's it, January, it's all gone wrong. Because actually I do feel like you're possibly leaving a situation that you needed to leave, and that this will be happening in January. So this could be leaving a job, switching jobs, maybe moving house, something like that. But it gets positive after this. Whatever this thing is that you are leaving, it's a heartbreak that can be fixed. And it's going to happen quick, I feel. you know? And it's a bit like, I'm seeing like somebody just ripping a Band-Aid off, rip a plaster off, it's done. Do you know what I mean? Rip that fucking Band-Aid off and then it's done, no worries. And once you've done that, actually you move into the star card, which is Aquarius. So you could have an Aquarius that you're dealing with. You could also have Aquarius in your chart. You don't necessarily have to. There's a lot of sword signs here, which is representative of you, or another Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. We've got some cups energy here, which is water signs, which is Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. And we also have a little bit of wands here with Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. I think that's kind of it, really. The Chariot. Yeah, I mean, we've kind of got all the major signs on the board, but there's a lot of air here. A lot of air, predominantly. And Aquarius. So you could be dealing with another air sign. You could be dealing with star sign, an Aquarius star sign. But anyway, I digress. After this heartbreak that seems to be coming in the beginning, okay, we had the rest stage, feels like Christmas, then boom, we're in January. And January brings forth some changes, some fast changes. That caused some heartache. However, this heartache is actually going to move you into something that's more prosperous. So we've got the Ten of Pentacles here, which is the Ten of Coins. And this 10 of coins, I feel, it does talk about kind of like actually having completion of finances. So maybe you've lost a job, but you found a better job. Maybe you've left a relationship that wasn't working, but you're moving into a better relationship. Whatever it is, this is going to be wish fulfillment. You're heading towards your actual correct life path. And you're also going to find wealth and security as a result of this move. So is it a bad thing? No. And actually this, you know, the 10 is followed by the 9 of Swords, which is again, staying up late, worrying about things, you know, having a lot of kind of like suspicion and fear. But I do feel like this feels like almost like an end to these worries. You know, this thing that you've been staying up with, worrying about for the last, you know, perhaps over Christmas. Actually, once you rip that Band-Aid off, once you rip that Band-Aid off, actually you'll be in quite a good position. And we move into the 7 of Cups after that, which is nothing, I'm so sorry, I'm coming down with a cold. Nothing is as it first appears. You know, this 7 of Cups talks about fantasies, pipe dreams. It also talks about choices, you know. Sometimes it looks as choices, and each one of these cups has something different in it on the traditional deck. And I do feel a little bit like you had some unrealistic expectations, maybe, that you've released. And actually this has helped you to follow a wish, follow something that is actually going to make you better and happier. So I feel like with this Band-Aid that you've ripped off that was causing you heartache, it's almost like you're going after your dreams now. It's almost like you know, your parents when you were a kid were like, oh, go and become a doctor. You've got to become a doctor because that's what you need to do. That'll make you money. And you sort of followed, you know, their advice. And you went and did all this stuff. And then you're like, this isn't making me happy. This is actually shit. And then now you're like, I haven't got the money that I wanted to have. I'm not following the dreams that I want to have. And actually, it's just this it's an illusion. It's a fantasy. And I followed something that I thought was going to make me happy, but it didn't. So I'm sick of it. And I'm tired of worrying about this at night time. So I'm going to put this out of my mind now, you know? And then, my darlings, we move into the Fool energy. Okay, so this is bravely stepping out into something new. Okay, and it's also got the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Swords here. Such a New Jersey, I think that's supposed to be. Which is just everything's done. It's the end of this has come. Okay, and with that, you know, with that ending, actually, you've stepped bravely out to become the Fool stepping out into something new, taking that leap of faith into something that is new and that will serve you. And after that, it is served by the Five of Swords, which talks again about, following your own intuition, learning lessons, moving into like that knowing thyself, like gnosis of what it is that you want, so you can actually go after it and bring it in. And that's really positive. So I feel like, Gemini, if you're thinking about making a new movement towards something, do it, particularly if you're not happy in your old something. Whether it's an old relationship or an old job or whatever it is, an old career, just stop wasting time. Stop wasting time. All we've got is now, all we've got is now, and it's time for you to, kind of get on with things. We then move into the Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups can talk about kind of letting go of things and moving on, recognizing things that don't serve you anymore and going after something new. So again, follows quite nicely with this story. And that came out with the World card, which is again just the end of a cycle, the beginning of something new, bringing in a new ambition, bringing in something new that will serve you, the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. And it also talks about completion and reward and a prize, that fortune favours the brave is what I'm hearing. And then we moved into these two cards, which is the Three of Cups celebration. Okay, and we've got the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is a very fiery energy of moving towards something that makes you passionate. Yeah, something that makes you passionate, something that makes you feel good, and moving towards it in a very concerted, is that the word I'm looking for? Effort. And at the bottom of the packs, we had the Two of Coins, which is balance, learning to balance two energies, bringing in, financial success. And we had the Two of Wands as well, which is looking for pastures new. So I feel like for January, Gemini, your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to go after what you want. Follow your heart. What is it in your heart that you say you want? What I've recognised in my journey through sort of spirituality and madness and knowing myself and all of that sort of thing is that we kind of have, like I was on your side, wanted to come out there, we kind of got a few, a couple of brains. I know that sounds mad, but we've kind of got more than one brain. We've got a brain up here that follows logic and reason and is connected and attached to our ego. We have a brain in our heart, and this I feel follows love, spirit, consciousness and connection to soul. And then we have a brain in our stomachs that is intuition, awareness, and is connected more to the animal self, the physical self. And you want to listen to the animal self, and you also want to listen to the heart. But the one in your head, I think you should always get a second opinion on. And your second opinion shouldn't come from somebody else's head. It should come from your heart or your gut. So what are you doing? Where are you not following your heart, Gemini? Where are you not following your heart? Yeah, conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. We had eclipse season, I think it was back in October, and this was like a major cycle for a lot of people, I think, astrologically, where there was a lot closing out for a lot of people. So what were you feeling at the time of the full moon eclipse? Go back, have a look, do a Google search, when was the full moon eclipse? Go and have a look at your diary. What were you thinking? What were you feeling? This is why journaling would be a good idea if anybody could ever keep it up. I always forget. I'm like 6 weeks in, oh fuck, I forgot to journal, God knows what's happened. But maybe start journaling your feelings and thoughts. But conclusions are within reach. And I think this is going alongside with that feeling of like something that isn't serving me. You're not happy where you are right now. So moving into something new. And we also had there, this light from this side doesn't help, does it? I need to like, boop. No, it's not working anyway. We had meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. Don't let your past hold you back as a split. Any other advice, please, for Gemini 2023? Ooh, it's a lively one. Do you see that? What do you need to release? Yeah, I think you know a time for healing on the bottom of the pack. I think that there's something that you need to let go of, Gemini. And I feel like you're not doing it just yet because you're kind of like, ooh, you're kind of worried, you know? But what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? You know, if you're not happy in what you're in now, the worst that can happen is that you're not happy in the thing that you choose. And then you just go and choose something else. Really, I mean, that's the truth of the matter, isn't it? It's time to release negativity. Be bold and make the first move. Yeah, don't stop waiting on other people to come in and fix your life for you. You have to do it. And that means taking decisive effort and energy to refuse to do anything that doesn't serve you anymore. You know, getting rid of people, getting rid of friendships, getting rid of anything that doesn't serve you. You're very close to achieving your dreams there with the gibbous moon. And your goal, not your dreams. And the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. I would have a look when the next full moon in Gemini is. I don't know why that's relevant, but they're telling me to tell you that. And I would have a little look at what you were doing, what you were feeling over the eclipse. And I would sit down and I would do a bit of a life plan for yourself. What are your dreams? Where are you at? What do? You could do this thing like money, work, relationships, social life, love, yeah? And you can sit down and you can give each one of these core kind of topics of your life. You decide what the topics are, but there's a few for an example. And you can give it all out a mark out of 10. You know, marks out of 10 as to whether or not you feel satisfied, yeah, with those parts of your life. And then where there's anything that isn't satisfied, how can you make that a bigger number? How can you make that a better number? I'm going to pull you one of these angel cards. Okay, angel for Gemini 2023. What is the advice, please? Gemini 2023. What is the advice, please? This one wants to come out. Angel in geometrical vibrations, number 33. Why do you always make everything so shiny? Shiny. Everything in life vibrates at a given rate, from the toughest granite to the rose petal. This also includes man's soul. At this moment in time, nature is heightening her vibration to a much faster level because of the way that man has mistreated her. On the other hand, man's vibration is slowing down to a more spiritual vibration, reflecting on the way that we have mistreated the earth. The time is fast approaching when man will once again work in conjunction with nature. So affirmation is to work in harmony with nature once again. Yeah, and it's something to do with the moon cycles there for you was important. So have a look at the lunar eclipses. Have a look at when there's a next full moon in Gemini. And start to manifest what you actually want in your life. I feel like you're not quite happy with your lot. And you can just resign to that and just be like, oh, no, this is all I've got. Or you could just become empowered again and recognize that you have the power to change your life like that. Every day you can get up and choose a different life if the life that you've got doesn't make you feel happy. So just go after it, Gemini. Be confident. Jump into it, feet first, like the Fool. Jump feet first into whatever it is that you feel will make you happy. So yeah, that is your advice for today. I'm sending you lots of love, Gemini. Have a happy new year, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.